Okay, so hey guys, welcome back. So let's go ahead and start creating these join things that join these sort of cylinders up. Let's go ahead and start off with a cylinder. If I find it, there you go, just drag one out, give it some height, and in top view we're going to go ahead and cut this in half. So going to face, delete one half. Okay, and let's go ahead and select this edge and extrude it out somewhat. We can always adjust that later on. Okay, and now we're just going to have to go ahead and add in the loops for this so it will hold its shape, and then we can go ahead and duplicate it over. So let's go ahead and let me think. We can also go ahead and delete one half of this. It might make it faster, it might not, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. Again, it depends on your workflow. We're just going to do it this way for now. So got one half, so only got to do one half, and then we're going to select these faces on the top, extrude, and then go to offset and drag it in a bit. Probably somewhere around there. Okay, and let's go ahead and collapse some of these edges. So I'm just going to use the merge vertex tool, and we're gonna, let me have a look. Let's go ahead and snap this up, and let's go ahead and we can actually leave that one for now. We'll go ahead and sort it out in a sec. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and insert loop around here. Okay, and also on the other side. And we could cut it in half again, but really we're not going to go that far. It will take us longer. And then just use the interactive split to go ahead and slice these up. And my voice is going, but sure we'll get over that. And let's just go ahead and snap this wet down here, and same on the other side so it lines up. You don't really have to do this, but I like it. So let's go ahead and delete that edge, I think, and let's go ahead and delete this edge like so, and let's go ahead and merge these vertices down. So that one goes down there, this one goes down here, and I'm just going to select this loop if it goes round. Okay, and just going to straighten this out like so. Okay, cool, so that's good. So basically we got this top edge now all sorted. Let's go ahead and add an edge loop here, and let's go ahead and duplicate this over now. So let's just go ahead and duplicate, and we're gonna have to scale this y-1 like so. Then combine these two, go to mesh combine, and then in the side view I'm just gonna select all these vertices and go to merge vertices, and I should have merged them together. All nice. We can go ahead and get rid of this edge now. And let's go ahead and duplicate it one more, scale, and this time I think it's going to be x-1. Nope, it's going to be z-1. Okay, freaks out a bit, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and modify center pivot, and then hold down X to snap it on the grid, somewhere there. And now we're just going to have to line these up. And let's go ahead and do it an easier way. Let's go ahead and add modify center pivot on this as well. Snap it here to that grid. And same with this, snap it onto this grid. And then let's go ahead and drag them together. And for some reason it didn't do it properly. Let's go ahead and figure that out why. Let's go ahead and make sure that this snaps to the right place. And it seems like they are, so I'm not really sure why it's go ahead and delete that one. And let's go ahead and scale this on -1Z again. That should be fine. Okay. So let's pull them together, go to mesh, combine. And actually I'm gonna line these up really close because of this edge that we have. If they're not close enough, they're not gonna merge. So that should be fine. Mesh, combine, and then select these vertices and let's merge them together, and hopefully they merge together just fine. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, like so. Okay, cool. So that's done. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple of edges. Let's go ahead and add in 3 here. And also let's go ahead and just add 1 halfway here, so it will smooth a little bit better. Okay, cool. So there is our connection piece. So let's go ahead and position this. And I'm just trying to think which one we're going to do first. We're obviously going to have to go ahead and rotate this, and I'm just going to go to modify center pivot. And we're also going to go ahead and delete the history on this. Edit, delete all by type, history. There we go. We'll sort out all these names in a bit. So let's go ahead and rotate this way 90 degrees, and let's go ahead and rotate it this way 90 degrees. Okay, and now we can go ahead and try to position this. So the first one we're gonna do is this main one here. So it's gonna turn on X-ray, and it's gonna have to be rotated here. So now I'm just lining up this edge, okay, so that way I know that they're at the right place, and then we're gonna scale them down. Whoops, you might not want to do it that way. Let's go ahead and scale it down like so, and that should make it pretty much be at the right place, okay. And then we're going to go ahead and grab these vertices and make sure that they are at the right spot, like so. And same with these, are pretty much there, okay. And I'm just looking at its size, and it's pretty much right size actually, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and find where we are. And in the side view, we're going to have to go ahead and line these up. So I'm just going to select that, this, and that, and then isolate, and then go into our side view. And we're also going to have to go ahead and adjust them cylinders, this one mainly. And we might have to adjust a couple of other things as well. And I'm just looking at its thickness. It's actually a lot thinner than this, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it thinner. Okay, so this one's going to sit here for sure on that. Now this one is going to have to be a lot longer, so I'm just going to go ahead and scale it this way. Okay, now let's just have a look in our perspective mode. Okay, so it's connected up like that. We might go ahead and make this piece a little bit thicker, and then it won't be like such a big gap. But for the time being, it's fine. Let's go ahead and duplicate this and put it on the other side as well. So it's closer. It's close to the body on this one, so that's what I'm looking at here. Oops. Okay, so it's pretty much there. Don't want it too tight. And I'm just going to go ahead and select them vertices and just push them in a tiny bit. Again, this piece is not going to be seen a whole lot, you know, so you don't have to go crazy on this. Okay, so cool. That connection is done. Let's go ahead and now create the connection between these pipes, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off the body so it doesn't start getting in the way. And yeah, that's pretty good. At the moment there isn't anything in between, connected to that piece, I'm not really sure why this is there on the reference. That's the only reason why I added it, because of that. I'm sure it got a purpose to it, but I haven't been able to figure out why. I mean, probably once we go ahead and rig this properly, we'll put some use to it, but at this moment in time, there isn't any use to it. So let's go ahead and, anyway, let's go ahead and do the connection piece here. So again, duplicate this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the pivot of this and snap it to there. And hopefully I've done it to the right place. Okay, so I'm trying to snap this pivot to that vertex in there. Okay, so that should be fine. Oops, no, it's not. There we go. Gotta be a bit careful with these. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, again, it's at the wrong place. Let's go ahead and isolate it and then press insert again and then snap it now. It will go to the right place a bit easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and isolate and holding down V, I'm gonna snap it to this, I think. Yep. Right, so let's go ahead and move it to the right place. I don't know where it disappeared. Again, I'm moving it to the wrong place. So I'm just gonna isolate both and then try to snap it now and make sure that it's not on an axis. There we go. Okay, so it's nearly at the right place. Let's go and try to be spot on, like so. So we can go ahead and isolate this, and now we're just going to have to go ahead and make sure it's the right size. So there's actually two of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and scale it down quite a bit, and again I'm going to isolate both and probably this as well, so it's easier for me to scale it down. So let me just have a look. Again, I'm going to snap it to the right place, maybe scale it a bit more so it looks something like this. Okay, and it's also quite a bit shorter than this, I think. Let me have a look. No, that's fine. So now we can go ahead and duplicate this one more time, and before that let's just go ahead and push this in to where it should be, so this sits inside there. And now let's go ahead and duplicate this one more time and drag it. Okay, and for this one is actually connected in here, so I'm gonna select all of these and isolate, and I'm also going to go ahead and move the pivot to that, and that way it's easier for me to snap it there. Okay, and just push it in a bit. And let me just come out of isolate so I can see if it's sitting at the right place ish. Okay, so that should be fine. And now basically we just got to join these two up. Okay, so let's go ahead and isolate these two and that, and oops, and that one as well. Okay, go into a front view, and now we basically just gotta connect them up. So let's go ahead and because the pivot is at the right place, it shouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead and rotate this one as well, and let's go ahead and make this longer actually, just to make the life a bit easier. Make sure I select that vert as well and drag it roughly like halfway. I'm also going to select this one and drag it up, and same with this, extra halfway mark. So let's go ahead and make this one a bit longer, and let's go ahead and select this vert as well, might as well. Okay, and make this a bit longer, and we're going to have to make this longer again to get them joined up. I'm just trying to get them rotated the right amount, so that's pretty much there. Okay, so that looks roughly okay. Alright, so just going to rotate it a bit more. Look at how I'm just eyeballing all this. Okay, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and line these up properly. So I'm just going to grab this one and probably move it around there, and then grab this one and turn on X-ray and move it here. Okay, so I'm lining up these center pieces, so it makes sort of like a circle, like so. Okay, so that's all good. They look good. And now I'm just going to also go ahead and move this so they sort of touch a bit closer. Okay, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and come out of isolation. And now we're just going to go ahead and add in an extra cylinder for this. So let's just go ahead and steal this one and snap it to there. Come on, there we go. And now we're just going to go ahead and scale this down quite a bit. Move it in the right place. So it looks something like that. Okay, cool. So now we're just going to duplicate this over. So let's grab all of these, and probably before we group it, it's a good idea to name it. So let's go ahead and name this one. Don't even know what to call it. Thread connection bar 1, I guess. And where's the other one? This one. So thread connection bar 2, and this one's going to be thread connection still on, I guess. Okay, so now I can group them together, and thread connection piece 1, I guess. So let's go ahead and duplicate it, modify center pivot, and move it over to the other side. Okay, and we're a bit tight here, but it should be fine. Cool. Okay, so it fit in just fine. And let's go ahead and scale this in Z-1. And it should be easier for us to move this into the right place. Okay, cool. So that's done. And we just got one more connection piece to do, which is this one to this bottom one. So let's go ahead and do that one now. Let's go ahead and just grab this one, and again duplicate, and just make sure that it's out of the group. Just hit Shift P, and let's go ahead and snap it down. And again, just isolate the pieces that we need, and it should be easier for us to position, like so. Move it in quite a bit. Go into our front view, make sure that it's rotated the right amount, and this might interact with that piece, that shield piece that we have a little bit, so you might have to go ahead and sort that out in a bit, but let's just worry about this for now. So turn on X-ray, and again I'm just lining it up with the center, and then now we can go ahead and rotate this the right amount. So there we go, all lined up, all good. So let's come out of isolation and let's have a look how it's looking. Okay, so as you can tell, that interacts with that piece. So, well, that's quite easy to fix. We can just move this down, like so. And probably make this a little bit longer and bigger. Okay, so that's all good. That will all fit in. Let's just go ahead and grab these vertices and move them down so they're still inside. And obviously these ones as well. Let's go ahead and grab them vertices, push them in. Same on the other side, and probably on the top as well. And this one as well. So I'm just unsmoothing before I do all this. and that one seems to be fine. Okay, cool. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do this last one on the other side. So let's just duplicate, move it over, like so, and that looks all good. Okay, so we connected up our threads and it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and turn on the body, see how it's looking. Alright, so it looks pretty cool. I think you can always just go ahead and add more details to this or do it a different way. But yeah, this is the way I done it, and hopefully it works pretty well. So let's go ahead and name everything. And actually I'm running a bit low on time, but that's fine. Let's try to squeeze it in. So let's go ahead and just quickly name everything. Let's name this thread connection bottom shield or shell. Let's just name it shell. Pipe 1, so thread pillar shell. So I know that it's for that pillar. Then what do we have? Thread connection main bar, thread connection body shell. So again, you can name these whatever you want, as long as you know what they are. Connection cylinder 1, and you can have a lot of these. So I'm just going to press OK, and then copy and paste this and name 2, 3, 4. Oops. Then copy 4, 5. Do we have any more? We might want to name that something different. Nah, that's fine. I'll just name it these 8. And what else do we have? Thread connection. Don't know what to call these. Bar main or bar small. Okay, cool. So it's all grouped up. Let's go ahead and group this whole thing together and name it. So this will be thread, or we can call it thread support, I guess, or suspension or something. And let's go ahead and pop this in the thread left. Okay, so our thread is finally completed. Let's go ahead and duplicate this over. And it's going to start struggling now a little bit because the thread is quite heavy actually. If you have a look in the poly count, if you go to display, heads up display, poly count, as you can tell, just the thread unsmoothed is 129,000 faces, so that's a lot. Especially once we go ahead and apply the smooth to it. So that's a good thing about using the layers. We can always hide it when we don't need it. So let's just go ahead and scale it in X-1, and that should pop it exactly in the right place for us. Okay, so cool. We got our threads done. Let's go ahead and turn everything on and just have a look, see how it's looking. Okay, so he's pretty much getting there. Okay, so I'm running really low on time, so I'll see you guys in the next part. Thanks for watching.